What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Snake Pit. This is episode 221. Today, my guest is Dakota from Our House of Thrift. And before we get into the episode, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Today, this episode is brought to you by Humble Hustle. He does screen printing and graphic design. So if you're a brand or you need some merch done for your business, you can hit this guy up at 806-778-9498. Or you can follow him on Instagram at humblehustle_J, or on Facebook, The Humble Hustle. Does real good quality work. Screen printing is amazing. I've worn the shirts. He's been on the podcast. Great dude. You could also check out his own brand, his own merch at thehumblehustle.com. Right now, he has a new line out with some Jesus pieces. It's really cool. Sweaters, shirts, jeans, everything, man. He's a really cool dude, really good brand. And he's helping out local people. And we're also brought to you by Unlucky Barber Co. You can hit them up at unluckybarberco.com. That's where you can book your haircut appointment. You can book with Brandon Alvarado, Christian Romero, or Adam Ruiz. They do really good haircuts. Really got a cool masculine bro vibe, a cool lounge. So if you go the barber route, I would suggest you guys hit these people up. Again, supporting local guys. And they also have a new merch line out right now. And you can follow them on Instagram at Unlucky Barber Co., also on Facebook. And their store location is 2614 130th Suite 15 if you want to visit them in person and book with them. I suggest you guys hit these two people up. Also, shout out to Perico Design for this beanie right here, man. He hooked it up. He's a cool guy. He also does stuff like this, so you guys can check him out at Perico Design on Instagram. And our episode with Dakota, she is the owner and operator of Our House of Thrift. You could probably catch her at First Friday Art Trails near Two Docks. It's probably where she will be February, and at other pop-up events. She's a cool girl. We talked a lot of stuff, and we learned about her insight in this game, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. We're back on the Snake Pit for our second episode of the year. Yes. Our House of Thrift, Dakota. Yes. What's going on?
What's going on?
Thank you for being here. Pretty excited to talk to you.
Yeah, me too.
Just found out how young you were, but you're in the game.
I'm in the game.
You're in it, man. Tell us about it. Tell us about Our House of Thrift.
So I started in April of 2022. So I haven't been doing this that long. And then Chulo Studios had this event, and I paid for it, and that was my first ever pop-up, and it just kind of spiraled since then.
Damn, it's not even been a year.
Not a year, not even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what made you want to do it?
Well, as a kid, my dad collected vintage things all the time, so I was constantly around it. And then I started thrifting, I guess, middle school, which is freaking forever ago, feels like.
No, it hasn't been.
It feels like forever. And I decided, you know what? I ran into Kevin, who owns All Luck Vintage, and I kind of told him how much I've collected. He was like, dude, just make an Instagram and start selling and do something with it. And I did, and it kind of worked out.
So your initial interest in it, you weren't even selling stuff. You were just buying it for yourself.
Yeah, I was just kind of collecting.
What were you collecting? What was your interest?
Tees, mostly like I started with like really old pieces for some reason. Anything from like 50s and up. So I had this one dress from the 50s that fit me, and I work at a retirement home, so I just kind of wore it to the retirement home and like made it work. And then I started understanding that, some shirts are watermarked and they're dated, and there's NASCAR tees, and there's all kinds of things that you can start collecting. And I just kind of started looking out for them.
Well, what does watermark mean? Can you tell me?
Oh, like if you look at a graphic tee at the very bottom, like Warner Brothers, for instance, hopefully you don't have to cut that out, but like Warner Brothers, there's be like a big WB. And then like I have one that has Bugs Bunny riding a bike, like a motorcycle. And at the bottom it says 1994. And that's when the shirt was made.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So those are good.
I think I got one from 88. That's my oldest one.
Heck yeah.
That's my baby.
Is it this one right here?
It's not.
Oh, no, not that one. But that one is watermarked. So if you scroll through some of them, I think I included one that's like the date. Yeah, right there.
That's actually a really cool shirt.
Yeah. front and back. Has like their butts on. Yeah, there you go. Their butts are on the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And on my page too, I have like a vintage Sublime tee, which I think some of them are dead. They're not together anymore.
I know that. Do you listen to
Not the OG. I think it's only because the singer died.
Yeah.
So only the 2 other members are still together.
Okay, so you were paying attention to all this stuff
Yes.
when you were just doing it for yourself.
Pretty much. Yeah. I got really knowledgeable about it and realized what would be worth keeping and what would be worth like not grabbing and collecting, I guess.
What was your first initial sale like? And I couldn't get that out of my mouth.
Ooh, so it was at my first pop-up and it was an Indian t-shirt. My friend Joseph has it. Y'all might know him. He's like friends with Guap.
Joe
Ivan.
Freeman?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was my first ever sale.
Whoa, shout out to him.
Shout out Joseph. He has it too. It's like it looks like a stamp and it's the Indian motorcycle.
So your first ever sale was your first ever pop-up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Golly.
So I just, I made an Instagram. I hadn't posted anything on it. And Kevin was like, there's this pop-up I'm doing. I was like, is there any extra spots? Can I kind of piggyback off that if you don't mind? And he gave me his info and I bought the last spot.
Damn.
Yeah.
How nervous were you?
I was freaking scared. I was so nervous. I was the first person there. I was like an hour early.
Holy shit.
But I got a good spot. I got to pick. So it worked.
So you kind of just through trial and error figured out the game a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Damn, that's crazy, man. I didn't know you were that young into it.
Yeah, I'm 19, so.
Oh, not your age, but I'm just saying invented. But
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
you are very young.
Very young.
I think
Thank
you
you.
might be the youngest person we've ever interviewed. So this will be fun. What would have been some of your biggest sales? Like what's the trend right now? I always like to ask you guys this. Honestly,
my biggest sale has been the NASCAR t-shirts. Like, you'll hear AOP a lot of time, and that's all around print. So if I post, like, I had this one, it was an AOP, and it was insane. It was, I think, a 1996 Bill Elliott. It's on my page. I sold that for $150. It's a t-shirt. Like, it was dated. Even the shoulders had print on it. It was.
Well, being that you were so young in the game, how did you know the price? Did they offer you that price?
No, I had it listed for that.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Was it like you can go like on eBay or something? Is that what you do?
Kind of, yeah.
Just check out the prices.
Yeah.
Fucking A, somebody spent $150 on
Someone spent $150 on that t-shirt.
That one right there?
Yes, it is that one, 1996. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I when I first started, you can kind of tell that I've gotten better at my Instagram photography, but at the very bottom of my page, I also had another one that I sold for $150. It's up there. It's above the Texas Tech one. It's the Bill Elliott. That one. Yeah. That one also sold for $150. And that one wasn't even fully all around print like the other.
Where did you find these t-shirts?
So
these ones in particular.
These ones in particular. The first one I talked about, the Bill Elliott, I found that on Facebook Marketplace. Bought it for $75. Flipped it for $150. So sometimes you have to be willing to spend a little bit of money to make more money. But
of course.
A friend of mine's grandfather had passed away. And not only was I collecting shirts, but he was like collecting since he was 19. And I bought 215 shirts from him, from his grandson. Yeah.
How much did you spend on that?
$150. So when I sold that Bill Elliott tee, I made my money back.
And you had all those extra? You're still kind of selling those?
Yeah, I still have some.
What was what was in it?
There was NASCAR shirts, old Warner Brothers shirts, racing shirts too. Like there were Harley shirts, Indian, Triumph. There was even the Bolt guy. He was like around in the 70s, I think.
This is like racing or something?
No, it's like a reprint, I think, but they don't make anything from him anymore. I can't right now. I'm kind of like brain farting on it, but
it happens.
Yeah, there was some cool shit in there. There's some really cool shit.
Holy shit, you got lucky on that first one. Huh?
I did. I got really lucky.
So those are, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Harley Davidson stuff. But,
me too. I'm wearing Harley.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, you are like me. We're trying to make a living outside of this living. So yeah. I'm like, fuck, I can't justify buying a fucking expensive.
Yeah.
That being said, if I had the money, I'd be buying these motherfuckers like crazy because there's some cool shit. I like I like that the vintage thing is big now because
Yeah.
it is showing all the cool shirts that
100%.
people didn't want or people didn't give a fuck about. And
True.
you guys are like the middleman for us because,
We find it so y'all don't have to.
yeah,
you know?
man, you're doing all the work. How many hours a week are you putting in finding stuff?
Normally, like 3 days a week, I try to. Plus, I go to estate sales and stuff because that's kind of the jackpot sometimes is estate sales. But I'll go thrift and I'll start when they open at like 9 a.m. and I won't leave till 1 or 2.
Is it getting crowded in there
A little bit.
with a lot of people
Just a
doing
little
this
bit.
now?
A lot of the new tech kids that show up that aren't from here start going. Kind of
Motherfuckers.
squashes our game a little bit. So, but it's okay. Still mad respect because they still come to our pop-ups and buy stuff from us. So that's dope.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of trading in between you and your friend. Like when I say friends, the people who are doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, 100%. And we all help each other out, which is really ironic. We're supposed to be not butting heads, but going against each other. But we all really just build each other up.
Yeah, I always found that weird. I had never understood it because they are your competitors.
Yeah.
And every time I see it, you guys are legitimately helping each other out all the
Literally.
goddamn time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must really work. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's amazing. The support we have is crazy.
And your crowd is a lot of tech kids. Would you
Mostly
say?
college kids, yeah, for sure. A lot of in the local community too. Like I have regulars that come for almost every pop up I have.
There you go. Now I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you this: Do you ever feel like you want to tailor towards women?
Sometimes I have to admit, it's a lot easier to find vintage women's clothing, but I 100% cater to both. Like I have this trunk that has like old slip dresses and lingerie for women. I have t-shirts, and then I have like NASCAR jackets or like heavy duty men's coats that a girl wouldn't really wear. But then I also have like the nice sleek leather jacket that's in right now, but it's from the 90s or, I definitely cater to both.
The sleek leather jackets are in right now. Damn, is the Wi-Fi not working?
Yeah, it was cut out just now.
Fuck, I love that shit, man. That shit's about to get expensive because I had that was my secret.
Yeah.
I was buying my shit for cheap. Now it ain't gonna be fucking cheap anymore.
No, it's not.
Dude, those things are awesome. You wear leather jackets?
I do. I have
Man,
several.
I fucking love them. They are nice
Yeah.
and warm, and they
They
look
are.
cool.
And they
They-
look cool.
They
Exactly.
stood the test of time. Every era has, I think.
Always bounces back.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's look cool wearing a leather jacket for 70 goddamn years or however long they've been fucking wearing that shit.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that how popular this has gotten.
Yeah. It's almost like I think when we first started the art show at Two Docs, there was maybe like me, Izzy, and Nate. So Izzy's Izzy Money Vintage and Nate is Life Legends. It was mostly just us three. And now all of a sudden all these other people are popping up. But it's cool. I want them to. But it's kind of crazy how fast we're growing.
Do you have any plans in the future to do like a store?
I would love to have a
Is that
storefront.
something you'd want to do?
I would love to have a storefront. It'd be amazing.
Do you ever like go to Lively and all them? Like
I do.
I know he's like the one here.
Yeah, he's the biggest he has 2 stores.
Yeah, that's just wild.
I would love to get there one day. No, I've done a pop-up with them, so it was really cool. Yeah.
Would you do it here in Lubbock?
I think so.
That's
think
good
I
to hear.
would.
I'm glad you said that.
I would love, honestly, I feel like I've grown so much here. Why not grow more and then grow further? Like I ideally, I want to live in New York in the future. I'm a big city girl, but deep down, these are my roots. So maybe starting here and growing somewhere further would be ideal.
Have you traveled outside of the state
I have
to do any of this stuff? Like vintage stuff?
Sometimes. No, out of the state to thrift? No,
No.
but I have traveled outside of the state.
Yeah, you were just in fucking Disneyland or something, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I was in California.
I want to go there.
And it
Have
was
you
so
been
much
to
fun.
Disneyland?
Yep.
I'm into Marvel when I'm not watching.
Yeah.
As you've seen earlier, I'll let the people know I was watching The Office.
Yeah.
Uh,
Respect.
I like to watch Marvel videos on YouTube. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I saw you posted those pictures. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I really want to go there.
I went to Avengers Campus. It was so much fun.
What's your favorite ride?
The Guardians of the Galaxy. You're on like an elevator.
Yeah, when I went, it wasn't that. It was the Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone theme.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What is all this shit? There's how I'm fucking gonna do that.
They
So
change it all.
You didn't go any like looking around or anything?
I did. I went to the Griffith Observatory, which is from one of my favorite movies, La La Land.
It's a good one.
It's in several. It's also in like Charlie's Angels. They like fight on top of it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then I went down the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Wax Museum.
But like you didn't go shopping for clothes or anything?
I did not.
No.
So my boyfriend's in the Marine Corps, and I chose to put my job aside and just be there.
You're
So,
just
yeah.
hanging out.
just hanging out.
Hell yeah. We support the troops.
Yeah. Thanks. Me too.
Yeah. Well, I would hope so.
But yeah, no, I maybe next time I go down there though, I want him to see what I do. So I'd like to.
Is he
I'd
not
like to
from
go
here?
through. He is from here,
Oh,
but
okay.
I started in April and he enlisted almost 3 years ago now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Is this the right or what?
This is before you get to the ride.
Oh yeah, it's super dope. I have like a video of it on my phone.
Rocket Raccoon. And that movie comes out this year, doesn't it? The
I
new
think.
one?
Maybe.
Yeah. So this is the ride. You get in and the elevator just drops.
It was kind of scary.
And it's like different floors that open up. You can't see it because it goes dark and it drops you to different levels. So it's just like you're going up and down, up and down.
So yeah, like see, there's one that opens. But what's
I'd
really
get motion
freaking cool.
sickness.
Yeah, like I was like out of the seat a couple times. It was a little freaky.
Oh,
But
man.
no, at the very end, that's not it. But like at the very end, you get to the very top and you see all of Disney. It was really dope.
Oh, you get like a good view of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's also when they take your picture. So you're like freaking out that you see Disney and they get like a really ugly picture.
You have to pay for that picture?
I got the Genie Pass. So it came with pictures, it was kind of a waste. It's only worth getting if you can get the pictures out of it. But
I might have to check this out in the future, Brandley.
yeah,
Go see what's up.
on my
Yeah.
Instagram, I think I posted me at the end and I'm like freaking out. But
Instagram's acting funny right now.
that's all right. That's all right. But no, it was dope. Man, I did both parks, but I think I'd just like do Avengers Campus only.
I don't know any of that stuff.
And Cars.
Yeah, when I went,
Cars.
it was just California. Is it still called California Adventures?
Yeah.
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 Um,
Or Adventure Park,
Yeah.
I think.
let me ask you about the social media aspect of all of this.
Yes.
Where are you learning? Are you just picking up what other people are doing? Are you searching the TikToks? What is it? Because that really makes or breaks you.
It
sometimes.
does. It does. I've been a little off grid for a little while. I've been trying to get myself situated so I can put more time and energy into it. But you definitely live and you learn. Like there's some things that I don't post on my shop because they do better in person. Whereas if I overhype it online, it's not going to sell. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It happened with I think the Winnie the Pooh overalls that I sold. Like so many people, and even like I had this Guess drop. It was vintage Guess. And like 4 or 5 people messaged me, said they wanted to buy it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a local, so I'll deliver. Nothing. They flaked on me. I was like,
Done
okay.
that before, unfortunately. Yeah,
Hey,
it happens.
life hits at random moments.
I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes I'll DM somebody for something, and then I forgot that I did it, and I get through other messages, and then they'll hit me back up. This actually just happened. He was like, "Hey, bro, I'll be in town. Do you want whatever I'm about to buy?"
Yeah.
And I was, dude, I don't fucking remember. Like I had to reread the messages. I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell?" It happens, but that's
I do
kind of
Yeah.
I guess we're dickheads for doing that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you live and you learn. Like, I'm learning a lot from social media. It definitely helps get me into pop-ups for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think though it's people value exclusiveness, like they don't want people to know about it, so that's why
I think some do.
in person might work?
Yeah. A little, definitely. There's like 2 different kinds of crowds with it. Like you have somebody that's like, I want something that no one's seen on your social media, and then it's like, oh, I want that because that one got the most likes. Things like that. It's very common in what we do.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's 2 different types of people. There's like legit people who buy this stuff, right?
Yeah.
What are they like? Do you
That's
Are they
on
easy?
the line of the $150, and then the line of they will come and buy a crap ton from my $5 bins because they know I restock them.
does it piss you off that people buy from you and then they sell it?
No. No, you gotta play the game. You gotta play the game.
See, that's another thing I never understood. I'd be like, man, that's why I couldn't do it, because I'd be fucking mad. I'm like, motherfucker, why are you doing that shit to me?
No, yeah, I don't mind. Do with it as you please. And if you make some more money than I could, more for you, you know? Yeah.
So do they, are your prices negotiable? Do they
Oh, yeah.
haggle you? I thought I was cool one time by getting a price drop on one of my shirts. I don't know. Some people might be like, nah, this is the price.
Yeah. I'm only strict on the shirts that I know are worth it, or that, like, the NASCAR tee that was 150, I bought it for 75, so I knew I had to get at least 70, at least 75 just to break even. But if I could sell it for more than that, great. If not, if I had it for a couple months, I'll probably lower the price a little bit, get somebody's attention on it. But no, I'm always down to haggle. Like, haggle me, see what you can do. You know?
I'll say it's fun. You guys should try it out,
it's
man.
fun. Haggle.
This is why, I was watching a lot of Pawn Stars. I was like, I'm going to fucking negotiate only on my Rick Harrison shit. That's actually my mindset when I did it. I was like, see what I got.
See if I can get through to this person. See if I can.
Yeah, but I've seen you operate. You're very busy on those days.
I am. Yeah, you had asked me. You were like, you want to come on the podcast? I'm like, yes. And I had like 6 people.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, hold on.
Yeah. So how are you managing all that? You got somebody helping you? Like,
my dad.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to my dad.
Because it's like
it's a lot.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Have you ever sold something that you forgot the price?
Yeah, and I'm kind of just like, I'll just do 35 on it, even though I probably had it at 50, but at that point it wasn't tagged and they had made me an offer or something on it. Like, it happens, and a lot of times you lose money on things too. It's very easy.
Damn.
Yeah.
But so he helps you out a lot with
he's dope.
Managing people and all of that.
Yeah, he's dope. And he's kind of also like the amusement when I'm at the booth.
Really?
Keeps me laughing, keeps me going.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, man.
It's funny.
Now, is your setup a setup like specifically? Did you figure out this will work this way, or do you just kind of put things in order?
Yeah.
How is your setup like different than other people's? How would you say?
Well, I can probably speak for all of us that it really just depends on what spot we have and where we're setting up specifically. Izzy's is kind of specific. If you look at Izzy, he like has the row down the middle all the time, so you can easily get to him. But I've had times where in my booth, it's been smaller than normal, so I've had to like L shape it and then put me like on the far end of the L so they can get to me. It really just depends on where you're at. But ideally, you kind of want like what Izzy does. Like, you have the row in
I never
the
really
middle.
thought about that until just now.
It's kind of, you'll see it first
Fucking
Friday.
genius.
It's really specific. Yeah.
He's got his rug right there.
Yep.
Damn. So but when you get a spot, you just get the spot. You have to come and set everything up yourself.
All by yourself.
They don't even provide you with the tent or anything.
Nope.
Motherfuckers.
You got to get that yourself. I've had my tent. What was my dad's tent when they would go camping a lot, like him and my mom, but they don't do that anymore. They're getting to retirement age. So he's like, you can just use it. It's just kind of rotting away in the garage. So that wasn't an expense for the shop, I guess.
Are they pretty supportive? Obviously your dad is. Like, with you guys talking it out, like, what's the dream? Does he help you out?
Yeah, 100%.
Does he shop for you? Does he go look out
he does.
for stuff?
Yeah. Actually, when I was in California, he hit up like 4 estate sales for me.
Dang.
Yeah.
So what is an estate sale morning look like for you? Because I know some people fucking camp out at that motherfucker.
Yeah. There's been days that I've accidentally slept in and I'm a little bit late and I know I've missed out on things, but no, sometimes if it starts at 8, you get there 6:30, even 5. Like,
I've seen there's fights breaking out over there one time.
people go nuts over these things.
Are they organized? Or they just open the door and you're in?
Most of them are organized. Here in Lubbock, at least, they're pretty organized. Like, actually, a good friend of mine, him and his dad do this for a living. So here's my inside swoop. For some of it, he sends me when they have estate sales. So it's really dope to have a good group of people in the community to help. But I know they're really organized. They only have a select amount of people that can go in at once. So the limit can be like 10 people. So you can be in a line for like 30, 40 minutes while people are just hunting through a house.
Do they limit what you can buy, or you can buy whatever?
Buy whatever.
Or I mean, like the number of items, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Whatever that person had in their house, they're just trying to get rid of. So if you want to buy the whole house, buy the whole house.
I'm kind of glad I'm sitting in an opposite perspective from you, because I was like, is that kind of weird? You're buying like, you know.
Like, could you imagine like this young girl comes up and I have like a stack of like 80 shirts or something. I'm like, here you go. Oh,
Well,
wow.
not even that. Like, some of those people might have just died. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Do you ever think about that shit?
And you're buying their clothes.
Yeah, I mean, you ever think about that?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't give a fuck. It's money.
You gotta play the game. You gotta play the game. So their loss is our gain, but at the same time, no, not in a bad way. No. But no, like what I mean is by them passing away and being able to have an estate sale, then us going and buying from them helps the family. So
yeah, there you go.
You know, don't put what I put.
I'm not putting that, so you guys can see who you really. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it that way, but you know, in a way, it helps us. It helps them because the more they sell in the house, the less they have to worry about getting more out of selling the house.
How hard is it for you to find something that's really cool that you like and sell it?
It's hard. Sometimes I want to keep it and put it in my closet.
Do you do that?
Yeah. I have
more often than not, or you're just like, you got to restrain yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, just put it on the rack. But a lot of times, if it doesn't sell in like 3-4 months, I'll just keep it. Like, why not?
Do you find that the stuff you really like sell pretty easily?
100%. In my mind, I'm like, okay, if I'm at somebody else's booth and I see this, would I buy this? Yeah, so I'll grab it. And then I'm like, ooh, no one's gonna buy that, and so I just like put it back.
Yeah. So how do the $5 bins you have? How does that work? Is you just kind of not necessarily the gems. You just kind of get rid of the other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I'll throw like really good stuff in there. Sometimes I have Harleys. A lot of times like newer band tees I throw in too because in my opinion, they're not vintage. So I don't want to kind of ruin what I have on the racks going. So I'll put like vintage Harleys always go on the rack, but my newer Harleys, I'll pop in the $5 bin or like, you know, band tees or I have old Tools t-shirts, like vintage Tools or things, but I know that that's not really big in the people that shop with me, so I put them in the $5 bins. So when I get the right person, they'll buy it.
According to you, in your opinion, or maybe the overall consensus, what year is vintage now?
Well, okay, I'd say 2000s and down, like 2000 and down, and because now we're in 23, so that's almost 2 decades old.
Because I heard some of the 2000s actually is kind of making its way through.
It is. It's really Y2K or hype, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Y2K. That's what it is. Couldn't think of the word.
It's making its way into vintage for sure.
There's some like I want a 50 Cent shirt. I've been listening to him a lot, and Eminem, his first album. I love Eminem. I've been listening to that. I'm like, if I see that shirt, I'm gonna buy it. But I don't even know what the shirt looks like because I don't even know if they have any. But
they probably would.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, there's I've seen some old Ice Cube shirts though. Those sell for a lot. Like old Ice Cube, like when he first started rapping.
B-Rad likes Ice Cube, don't you?
Yep, seen him twice.
Oh, lucky! I wish I would have seen him when he was here.
Yeah, I went to that show.
That one was fun. Yeah. And Cypress Hill was there. Mm-hmm. I like Cypress Hill. Yeah,
you're not even old enough to go to these shows.
I'm 100%. But I like to consider myself an old soul. I don't belong in this generation, and I've come to the conclusion.
Hell, old school rap's technically classic rock now. Yeah, if you really think about it.
Like the 80s?
Well, like I remember as a little kid in the early 2000s listening to 70s and 80s rock. Mm-hmm. Well, 90s, that's like that kind of music now. That's kind of like our classic rock now. And now those 90 groups are being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Nirvana's classic rock now?
Oh, that's been classic.
I mean, they already been inducted anyways, so.
Yeah. Guess it's considered.
Anything historically when it comes to music, music historians won't write about an artist until 30 years after their debut album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Damn.
So I guess 90s would be considered now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that stuff hard to find, the band tees?
Oh, yeah. I mean, then you have to make sure it's legit. And a lot of times you can go off the tags.
Okay, I was about to ask you. Yeah. How do you legit check something?
Yeah, it's like tags or single stitching. You can normally tell if it's like from the 90s, if it's single stitch.
What does that mean? I've heard some people use that.
I don't know how to describe it. Like your t-shirt up top, it's like it's double stitched and there's like this seam. And like up top, there's 2 rows of stitching.
Like on the shoulder?
Yeah.
and
my
90s
bad.
tees.
Yeah, there's like double rows of stitching, and the 90s tees are just gonna be like one to hold the seam,
Huh.
and it's just like like old school stitched.
Where'd you learn all this from? These things you're telling me right now.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I just kind of found something that made me happy, and then once I saw it, I just kept it. Like, and then my dad knew a lot of stuff. Obviously, he didn't do clothing, but he mostly did like vintage household items or like cars. I'm constantly around vintage cars, so it's
Does he got some sweet rides?
Yes, I do too.
Really?
I do. I own a '72 Chevelle Malibu.
Can you look that up for me? Damn. Did you
white.
didn't bring it here today, did you?
No, my carburetor's broken. I need to rebuild my carburetor, so then I can drive it again.
I feel like a bitch. I don't know what that means.
So you have your air filter, right? You have your air filter. Right under it is your carburetor, and that helps like pump gas and stuff.
So this is what you have right here. What kind of color are you rocking?
So it's a Malibu. It's 4-door and it's white. Early on in my Instagram, I'm like sitting in it. There's a picture of me sitting in it.
Wait. You work at, what the heck is that place called? What is it called?
The Sherrick.
I've seen you there.
Oh my gosh. Do you have somebody live there?
No.
Tile.
We were doing tile.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No way. You look so familiar too, but I was like, I'm not gonna ask. Because once you said tile, I was like, dang.
Yeah, because it was my dad. We were doing those rooms. We're not doing them anymore, but
That first hallway, huh?
we did about 4 of them maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were there for a while.
Look at that. Yeah, that's the retirement home I
Yeah, because I would always see you drive in. Because I think when we would go to lunch, you were driving in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would either come in at 12 or I would come in at like 4, but y'all would still be there.
Yeah, because when you said Malibu, I was like, okay, I know who this is.
White, 4-door. Yeah.
What do you do at the retirement home?
I'm a hostess, so it's completely independent. So I don't have to be like a registered nurse or LVN or anything. I just work at the front, and sometimes I do dining room if they need someone to work the dining room, or I really just help the ladies with whatever they need.
Like with the food?
Sometimes, yeah. They have, it's real
Is
nice.
this a fancy place
Yeah.
over there? Okay.
Like you've seen it.
I didn't know it existed until it's kind of hidden. So where Marshall Sharp Freeway is, you know where those walls are at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right behind
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very hidden.
Yeah. And it's nonprofit. It's super
Yeah.
dope.
Do they tell you some crazy shit, those old people, those
Yeah.
geezers?
100%. And it's only women. So it's like I have,
Oh, really?
there's 21. So it's like I have 21 grandmothers. And I'll take it.
Are any of
they're
them
amazing.
mean?
One.
Ooh.
I won't say that. But one of them's a little bit mean. But it's because I wouldn't date her grandson. So she doesn't like me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But
You get some of that too. Like they fucking trying to hook you up when.
I will say
Yeah.
some of those ladies are a little dirty minded.
That's what I was
Oh
trying to
my
get
gosh,
at.
yeah.
This is what I was trying to get
They're-
at. But I forgot we're talking to a minor, so we can't do
say-
that. No, I'm just kidding.
Minor? No, nothing really phases me.
But yeah, so they get a little weird over there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, they.
Oh, were they hitting on you?
I would say hitting on me, but
Little
they've,
flirty.
they've said some like, it's like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. We had firemen. One of them had fallen. And since they're independent, we're technically not supposed to pick them up. They like signed a form, like we can give them an arm. And if they can get up from there, we can help them. But if not, we have to call them somebody to come pick them up. And like 4 firefighters came in, and she was telling my boss, she's like, you should date them because I can't. I'm too old. Like you should date them. They're hot. And I was like, oh my God.
I mean, when you're that age, you don't give a flying fuck.
Exactly. They've earned it. It's their right.
What if one of them was like dying and they were like, hey, I murdered somebody and this is where the body's at?
I think I'd take it to my grave. I don't really know what I would want to do with that information.
So there's no like formalities in your job description that tell you, hey, if these ladies confess, you gotta fucking tell us.
No.
So you really could just be like, hey, I know where that
I know where
motherfucker.
this person is.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like, would I be an accomplice to that? Like if they tell me, or if just like I'm like, yo.
I don't know. If you ever got in trouble, you could get out of it by saying, hey, I know where there's a body at. You could do
Oh.
that.
I could.
I'm going to have to take that part out. I don't want people to know I know that. So
Listen, I'm
No,
a
I'm just
true
kidding.
crime person.
God damn it,
before I
you're
go
into
to
that
bed.
shit.
I am so into that shit.
Motherfucker.
I love it.
What, like the podcast or something?
Oh yeah. I like podcasts. I watch YouTube, true crime documentaries. I'm a little nuts, but I'll own it.
Oh man, I was gonna ask you a question, but I don't want to
Uh-oh. What's your question?
make your it would nothing.
No.
It would make it maybe would be against your safety if I asked this question, so I'm not even going to ask
Ooh.
it. Good then.
I'm not really ever worried when I set pop-ups up and stuff.
You know, if you were, I would be strapped if I were you.
Low key, yeah.
She can't buy a gun, bro. She's not.
I can buy a shotgun. No one would ever fuck with me. I'm just have a shotgun on my back. Like
That would be really cool, actually. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're into that shit.
Yes.
A lot of fucking girls like that.
We're weird, aren't we? A little bit weird.
Did you watch Dahmer?
I did.
What'd you think about it?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Saying that now makes me sound crazy, but it wasn't bad.
I found myself sympathizing with the motherfucker, so I had to quit
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah,
was like-
low key. I was like, damn. And I was like, oh, but he like ate people, so can't be doing that.
Did you ever watch Ted Bundy? Like
I did.
stuff about him?
Yeah, I watched the tapes and then the movie with Zac Efron. That one's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Because have you seen that? There's like women who were like, he couldn't have done it.
I've seen the Zac
Yeah.
Efron movie.
I like that
but-
movie.
Yeah,
James Hetfield's in that movie. Love that movie.
yeah,
Yeah, and then there was Richard Ramirez,
yeah,
The Night Stalker.
yeah. Oof,
I was watching that.
that one
That
was rough.
that was a really rough one. And
Yeah.
there were women that were like, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Yeah, those are, I don't know, those are the women that I think that at one point they probably would have taken care of, but then just like the intrusive thoughts won. So the others didn't make it, but maybe the ones, bless you,
Thank you.
but maybe
Bless
the
you,
ones that like, died, obviously they can't say nothing, but he like, spared them. So
Have you? I haven't finished it, but have you seen the Texas killing fields?
I have not. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's about all these bodies that were found off of I-45 south of Houston.
Oh shit.
I watched a few episodes, and yeah, it's kind of crazy how it was like from the 70s all the way to the early 2000s. Like these women would go missing.
Did they find him?
I don't believe so, because I never
Yeah.
finished it, but I don't believe so.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think it's pretty easy to get away with murder in this country.
Low key, yeah.
I think like 10% of people are convicted, if not less.
Yeah,
Especially
So-
back then
yeah.
when there was no recordings going on.
I'm just
Or
saying.
fingerprints or nothing,
Yeah.
Even now. I mean, can you look up the Idaho killer? That motherfucker just got caught. He was,
Oh, with those teenagers, right?
yeah, I don't
was
know
that-
how old they were, but
Yeah,
he,
that was bad.
he was like searching. Apparently, he had a Reddit discourse where he was asking people about their. He was like, "If you've committed a crime, maybe murder, tell me how you felt," or something like that.
Yeah.
He was researching the fuck out of this shit, man. And he was like, "How do you get rid of the body?" Weird shit.
See, that's the problem, though. Like, you could probably get away with it if you didn't keep killing people and you didn't post about it or have like a footprint. Like, if you leave your, what is it called, an electronic
A
footprint,
digital footprint.
digital footprint. Yeah, which. Well, I'm not saying I'm gonna murder somebody, but it's easy.
What if I did?
I've seen some of those with my girlfriend about the women killers. That's
Yeah.
pretty crazy too.
They're pretty batshit. Like it's nuts.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some YouTube channels that my brother watches, and I watch with him,
Yeah.
and it talks about like women killers, just about anyone.
Yeah.
It's crazy how people do truly get like you.
Yeah.
They'll do anything for they're just not mentally all there.
No. But a lot of times and I'm not trying to like sympathize with the killer, but a lot of them come from really bad homes or their mothers didn't care about them, fathers
No.
weren't present. Like if they would have noticed it early on, even in the school system, if they would have noticed it early on, a lot of those things wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's what's wild about these documentaries. You realize how easy it might have been able to be prevented if they had
Yeah.
known back then.
100%. Yeah. Like
Man.
with the Dahmer case, the first guy that got away, I guess, they didn't believe him and then believe him. They didn't believe him. And then the last case that he ever tried to kill somebody, that guy got away and they finally listened. Like,
Did you ever watch that?
Which one?
Dahmer with
With
the pretty boy. I can't think of his name.
Peter Evans.
Peter Evans.
No, I didn't see it.
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. Yeah,
I believed it. I was like, yeah, Peter Evans.
other way around. But
Yeah.
no, but I guess like for women killers, like I've seen some YouTube videos. A lot of them are the "if I can't have them, no one can" type
Yeah,
of thing.
Take him down.
I saw this one crazy video where the woman was like admitting to everything, and she was just like, "We share a love that cannot be broken."
Ooh.
And I would, if I can't have him, no one can have him. And she's just like talking about her love for this guy. The guy, of course, didn't want anything to do with her, but yeah, it's a lot of those.
So you listen to this shit going to sleep?
Sometimes, yeah. There's this one girl on YouTube. Her name is Bailey Sarian, and she does her makeup while she talks.
I know who she is.
I bet your girlfriend watches it. I love her because she makes it comedic, so it's not like scary to watch. Like she's like, they'll be like, you know, like chopped his head off, and she's like, "What the fuck, man? Like, why would you do that? This person was just doing fine, doing great with their life."
Oh God.
She makes it comedic though.
Do you ever have nightmares or any of that?
No.
Do you like scary movies?
Yeah, I like scary movies.
What's your favorite?
Ooh.
You ever seen The Exorcist 3? That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm excited to watch Skinamarink. That's coming out very soon. I don't know what you're into, but it's weird that women love this shit. And you guys are the most vulnerable to it.
There you go.
I'm just saying, man.
That's
I don't know,
true.
man.
That
It's
is
fucking
very true.
creepy.
Yeah.
But
I will say, because we talked about this, I do believe it's okay to watch these things because it makes you aware and it kind of teaches you just like what people are capable of. Because you never know. You can't really trust people at all.
No, you can't. I'll like watch him like, oh, I would have done this instead. You're like, oh, dang, why didn't you could have killed him like 30 minutes ago? Why didn't you do that? Like, yeah, me too.
I'm going to completely ask you a random question.
What's up?
What was your childhood like? Was it fun?
Yeah.
What would you grow up doing? What were your interests as a child? Was it the cars and all that stuff your dad liked?
Yeah, it was the cars. My dad had 2 girls. It was me and my older sister. So he kind of didn't have a choice. One of us had to be the grease monkey, and so that was me.
You're a grease monkey.
Yeah, in the garage. It was just, they called me monkey growing up. I was, I don't know, moved around a lot and probably should have done gymnastics, but I didn't. I did choir, band, diving, RTC. I did orchestra. Kind of did everything.
Did you watch cartoons?
I did.
What'd you watch?
I grew up, well, I mean, mostly cartoons. I watched like Max and Ruby, Ed, Edd and Eddie, I guess like late 2000s, you know. But then I also watched like Saved by the Bell or Boy Saves World.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Like that one. So you like the 90s shit?
I love the 90s shit.
Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch Seinfeld?
I did watch Seinfeld.
God damn. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Did you watch Seinfeld?
Seinfeld or Friends?
Friends.
Boo.
Boo. I actually, growing up, me and my grandpa would go to because they stopped selling them on DVD for a while. So we would go to pawn shops and I would collect all the seasons, and I actually ended up collecting all the seasons on DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is it something other than clothing? Like, do you sell that kind of stuff too?
Yeah, sometimes. I found a whole bunch of like vintage mugs. I'll sell those, and like random vintage home decor. I'll find and I'll sell. Hats. Sell a lot of hats.
What kind of home decor?
Mostly wall art does really well. Like vintage wall art does oddly well. And then like old furniture. Like I found furniture from the 50s and I repainted it in chalk paint, things like that.
Oh, you repurpose some of this stuff?
Yeah. Like, you know, like make it better, I guess. So it's actually sellable or worth putting in a home that you can be like, yeah, this is vintage, but it's been re-upped and fixed.
Damn, so you're in it. You like all that stuff, huh?
I do, yeah. I love it.
So the story's going to break your heart. It breaks my heart too when I think about it. One time my dad was cleaning out our back shop. And so there was a lot of old stuff. We came across a box. It was my 2 older brothers' hats.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it was like the snapbacks from like the 90s. It was like Notre Dame, University of Michigan, the Houston Oilers, the Cowboys.
Wow.
And my dad threw the box away. And I remember, and this was probably like 2015, 16, before like vintage stuff was like really, really big.
Yeah.
And I remember part of me was like, just take it out of the dump, because he had already thrown in the dumpster. And I really want to go and grab it and just like, take it and I'll clean it up, right? Never did. But to this day, it kind of like breaks my heart.
How much stuff has been thrown away?
Yeah.
How much good shit?
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't like what we do because they think that if we go to Goodwill and stuff, we're stealing from the poor. But in reality, if you think about it, like all these clothes are going to go to the landfill if somebody doesn't buy them. So why not, you know, not only, I guess, help the environment a little bit by recycling and filtering through the old clothes so they don't end up in the landfill, you know?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think it's
Fast
good.
fashion is horrible.
It's awful. You know, Shein makes over like, you might have to Google this, but it's like over 100,000 pieces a day.
I believe it.
And then half of it doesn't even get shipped, and then it gets thrown away. That's why it's so cheap.
Yes, and me putting my AC down to 65 is bad for the environment. Me driving my gas guzzling car is bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Oh wow, when these motherfuckers are just destroying through
Filling the
resources.
landfills. Exactly.
Hmm.
And they're not paying workers enough. Like fast fashion is always going to ruin us. Always.
And you guys
'Cause-
are here to fill that void.
Yeah, try to. Be the change.
But you've received some backlash like that? People have talked shit to you about that?
Sometimes.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, I remember I had found so when you go to the bins, a brand new row comes out and people go nuts about it, and they're like go, and then you can start digging through it. And I found like 90s Winnie the Pooh overalls, and they were super freaking cute. And if they would have fit me, I would have kept them, but they didn't, so I sold them. And I had some other older pieces in my arm, and I was talking to one of the other guys that thrifts. His wife was there, and I'm talking to her, and you can see the overalls, I guess. And this older lady's like, "Are you going to sell those, or are you going to keep them?" And I was like, "I'm keeping them." But because if I say I'm going to sell them, she's going to tell me to get the heck out of there. And she's like, "Okay, because if you were selling them, you shouldn't be here. You should go to a bigger corporation and buy things." I'm like, "What?"
Mind your business, lady.
For
Jesus
real.
Christ.
Like, just let me dig and you dig. It's a free world. We're good. Free country.
I wish it was a free world.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right, as soon as I
so-
said that, I was like, darn.
So people get pretty hostile at these things?
Yeah. I've seen people throw shoes at each other.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, they'll snatch them and they'll like throw shoes back at them and be like, fine, take them. Like, fuck. And then other people will push you, or you'll be halfway digging through something. They'll yank it out of your hand. Not a care in the world. Take it.
This
from
is
you.
at the pound store?
Yeah.
We got to go just to check it out. I haven't been there in a long time,
Yeah.
and I want to see how cutthroat it is for you people.
It's pretty cutthroat.
Golly. You wear gloves and that shit?
Sometimes. But a lot of times the other thing is the way you can tell by an older piece is by feeling the material.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think it's that gross. I always have hand sanitizer.
Yeah, you're tougher than me, man. That shit's disgusting. Fucking
I always have
nasty.
hand sanitizer. Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
like when I get home, put my clothes in the washer, and I wash and like Oxy clean the crap out of the clothes I get from the pound store too. And that's just from any Goodwill, not even just the pound store, like any Goodwill. Yeah.
Is that the... God damn it, I was going to ask you for the secret spot. Never mind.
Oops. Sorry.
She just told us. Sorry, guys. You guys got to do your own research.
Whoopsies. Yeah. Sorry.
So you've made a lot of friends doing this. Do you have some contacts that hit you at first for like to come look?
Yeah, sometimes. Or, a lot of us will reach out and be like, "Hey, I have some backstock of things that I don't think I could do good with. Could you?" And we either give them or they'll buy them off of us. It's really uplifting, honestly.
Would you say, because you've named off 3 people, I mean, there's like 5 other people I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah.
Are all of y'all different?
Oh, yeah.
And how so? How are you different than everybody else?
I think I'm the only one that caters to both men and women, from what I've seen. Because a lot of other artists, or not artists, I say artists, local small businesses, it's mostly men's clothing that a lot of women, that you can make unisex, I guess. I think I bring both to the table, and that's what I'm happy about the most. Because I do have about 50-50 of men and women customers.
Really?
Yeah. It's
What-
pretty even.
What are the women liking right now? What are they looking for? They like those dresses you sell?
Yeah. Some of the like old dresses, you got to get the right person though. That's the thing. Like you also have to have the mentality of there's always that other person out there that wants something different from everyone. So you kind of have to have that in the back of your mind. But that $5 bin of slip dresses and lingerie, like the girls really kill for that. So, and it's $5. Like you can't go wrong with that. So they really like that. And then pants, funky pants, colorful pants and stuff like that. So yeah.
Where are you finding the pants at? Go on, never mind. Sorry.
Anywhere I can find them. Facebook Marketplace even. I like to collect Rockies. My mom wore them in high school, and they were supposed to be really expensive in the 90s. So
That's
I
the
find
brand?
those. Yeah, they're called Rocky Mountain Jeans.
That's a cool brand name.
Yeah, it's dope. They don't make them anymore, so they're literally like whatever you find is that's it. Like you might even have the last color left.
Huh.
I have like purple and Yeah, see? But I have all the fun colors. I'm definitely, like, you can ask a lot of the other vendors. I'm known as the fun pants girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a lot of the fun pants.
Fancy pants.
Wish Jen was here to check these out. She does like jeans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, those. I hope I'm valid in saying those do look like '90s jeans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't fucking know.
My dad, he always says they ruined a lot of marriages and
Oh shit!
because they made your butt look like a heart. So those are like wearing. to
It's
the
all
party.
butts right here.
Yeah, no,
so-
exactly. Yeah, same butt.
Well,
Yeah, a lot of them didn't have pockets in the back either, specifically, so it made you like shaped. Yeah,
what they go out of style? What the fuck?
that's what I'm saying. I still wear them. I have 2 pairs.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
The dude jeans kind of go too, don't they?
they do. Old Levi's, orange tag Levi's. The guys go pretty nuts about old.
What is orange tag Levi's?
Orange tag Levi's. They, I'm actually wearing a pair right now, but
Nice. Gotta represent.
gotta represent. They're older Levi's, and they didn't make a lot of them. So if you find like Levi's that have an orange tag, or there's even a pair of Levi's I found that were a brown tag. It's just Levi's just they kind of went nuts one year, and you got an orange tag, and then like, oh, let's make a brown tag. They just kind of went crazy, but it makes them unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do value that being unique when it comes to what you wear.
yeah,
I think
I
that's
agree.
pretty important.
yeah,
Although sometimes I don't give a fuck about what I wear, but I'm like, when it comes to making a statement,
yeah.
you kind of do have to be
Like you
unique.
at the art trails. You always go off
There you
at
go.
the art trails. You know.
I'm,
Yeah.
I gotta go on Friday now. Damn it.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about Dickies. That's all I wear.
Oh yeah, those do well too.
Mhm.
Like Dickie cargo pants specifically go
Yeah.
really well. Yeah.
I tell Roy, I feel like Dickies right now are like the last type of jeans that are
Reasonably priced.
reasonably
Yeah.
priced until they shoot up to like $50.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can go to Walmart and still get a good pair of Wranglers,
Mhm.
those are relatively cheap. But even those have gone up a little bit.
Because I feel like people love Wranglers now.
Yeah.
My one
They used
beef,
to be the cheap, like the cheap pants.
my one beef with Wranglers from Walmart is they rip easily.
Yeah.
I've gone through some fucking because I wear them at work.
hmm
Oh, I did, but then I ripped them all.
Yeah.
Don't shop at Walmart.
I've always called Wranglers the first day of school pants. That's what parents would buy you for first day
The
of school.
Wranglers. But see, that's another thing with like newer clothing. It's not as durable.
That's true.
Not durable at all.
That's why I like some of that older shit.
Yeah. Like there's a reason it's lasted this long. It's probably going to last you centuries more. Like
Leather jackets, people.
jackets. Exactly.
Carhartt. You got a lot of Carhartt.
I do. I have a lot of Carhartt. I sell Carhartt really well too. People kill for it for some reason, but it's good. It's good stuff, and it's insulated, so it's good.
What are like some of the pieces you want to find? Do you have like any holy grails that you're looking for?
Not really.
No.
I'm there to enjoy the art of it, I guess.
Yeah, it really seems like that.
Yeah.
I was wondering what your approach to this is, and you really do seem to. And I mean, the game is the game. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
You got to play the game.
Play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
At some point, yeah. But then you have to also learn to sit back and appreciate the piece for what it is and what it brings to the table, which is not a lot of them do that. I don't think a lot of them kind of just prepared to post it and sell it and get it out, you know. But a lot of times I'm like, okay, you know, this is a really unique piece. This is going to make someone happy. Like that's my mind. And a lot of times I don't really care how much I make at the art trail. It's more of the interaction and the people that I meet.
do you do more sales online or at pop-ups?
At pop-ups for sure.
And how many of those a month have you done? Do you do like once a week, twice? You're always at the first Fridays now.
Yeah, I really try to crack on that. Whenever they open it to buy a spot, I get a spot immediately, which is really cool. A lot of us also help each other. Like Izzy has told me several times when they've put it online. I've told them, like Izzy and Nate. Like,
So for people listening, Chris, they post it, the listing, and you just got to buy it.
Yeah, and when it's sold out, it's sold out.
Is there like a specific time and day they do it, or is it randomly?
It's just random.
Good.
Yeah,
like
it should
that.
be because then you never know. It's a surprise.
Yeah, it
And
makes it
it's first
fair.
first come, first serve. 100%.
Chris, you should be listening because I know he's said he wants to get involved in that.
Yeah, he should. It'd be dope.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah,
You'll be out there
fun.
this Friday.
I will be.
Do you got any one-of-ones you're putting out this time?
Some, yeah. I have.
Well, this will be out later, so you can tell us.
Well, I have some Warner Brothers shirts I'm bringing out. These like really cute button-ups. I'm bringing those out. Those are dated as well. I have some more. I'm gonna bring out some more winter wear because I can probably get away selling it this month, but I probably can't next month.
I'd argue. I'd say it's about to get colder. January, February, March, probably. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, winter hasn't really truly hit yet.
Yeah,
We have those 2 single-digit days, and
That was
those were really
miserable.
bad.
That sucked.
Yeah, I actually bought an RV to make a tiny home, and I had to pick it up on Thursday when it was 7
What?
degrees. Yeah, I bought an RV.
From where? Where'd you get it?
It was on Facebook Marketplace.
And you're gonna like strip it down and
Yeah, I'm
build
gonna.
a home in there?
Well, it has good bones, so I'm gonna keep what it is, what it has, and just update it and live in it. Cheaper than an apartment.
You're living the dream. I've always wanted to do that.
It's freaking dope. So yeah,
Holy shit.
I have a spot and everything already. So
Would it be like a trailer park?
yeah, but it's a
Okay.
nice one. It's the Loop 89 RV park. So
RV park. That's
yeah,
what I was
it's real
looking
nice.
for.
It's like third best in Lubbock. The other two were plumb full, and actually the other one wouldn't take my year model. So that's yearist, I guess.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Shit, it was nice. It's
So
nice.
you're gonna do this pretty much yourself, or are you gonna get your dad?
Yeah, my dad's pretty handy, so he's gonna help me make sure it's fully livable and just go for
You
it.
should record the
Nice.
whole process. That'd be really
That
cool.
would be dope. I probably should.
That'd be awesome.
Why not?
I'm-
Put it on Instagram.
When you finish it, let me know. I wanna
Yeah,
check it out.
I'll show you. Yeah, I'm gonna do it as I'm living in it, so I can just keep busy and it's cheaper than an apartment. Like apartments are going for like $850 a month now, and it'd be just me. Like it's
Yeah.
me and my cat. Like for what? Like why would I pay
You're
that?
gonna be living with your cat. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking cool.
She's dope. I've had her since 2015. So what is that? 7 years?
How old were you? Like 7 at that point?
What? 2015? No, I was 12. I was 12.
Man, that'd be cool. Damn. So that's
Yeah.
so you had to go out in the fucking cold and buy.
Yeah, it was the wind chill was -15 and it was 7 degrees outside. So
Oh shit! Have you driven something like that before? Is it hard?
it was a bumper pull, but I have driven an RV before. Yeah.
Golly. Again, you're coming out here tougher than me doing all this shit. Dude, that's fucking cool.
I got to give it to my dad. It was 100% my dad.
I like watching that shit on YouTube, like van life and all that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
when I lived in Dallas, I lived in a tiny home.
Really?
Mhm.
What was it like?
It's good for the first like month, and then you're like, I'm tired of this.
I think I could live in a tiny home. I don't need that much space.
Yeah.
I'll never
I have
be
a lot
home.
of clothes, but
But
That
it-
might be a problem.
But it was my friends, and she had an extra spot, so she was like, "You could come live with me." That's the reason why I moved to Dallas. And then,
Well, you lived with somebody in one.
yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about that one.
Well, it worked out because she was a nurse
Oh, that's right.
that worked the night shift, so I would work during the day, and so by the time I got home, she was already heading to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So it was like living alone, but with
Mhm.
other people's stuff in there.
yeah, but living in a trailer park, you gotta get used to it.
Trailer Park Boys. You seen that?
Yeah.
Love that
it's
show.
Funny as shit.
Yeah, but what's it called? But when we were working at Fort Worth, we used my brother's RV to we stayed by the Brazos River
Oh, nice.
by Weatherford, and it's nice. Like I said, for me at least, I think the first few weeks it's fine, but then after that, I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you what are you gonna do about your clothes? Just live
So
with it?
I'm gonna get really creative. So
Yeah.
the reason I picked this one specifically, it has 2 slide outs, and then the whole back bedroom has nothing but storage. Plus under the bed, so I can put all my shoes down there because I got a lot of shoes. And then I'm gonna make it work. I would rather have the sacrifice than blowing money on something that I can't invest in and flip later for money. Like if I was in an apartment, that's almost wasted money if you think about it. But if it's this and I update it and stuff, I can sell it for more than I bought it for.
Yeah,
That's true.
because my friend, she got hers made, I think for like 30,000,
Yeah.
and then she ended up selling it for like 60 or 70,000.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
It's like a movement now. They're like
Mhm.
building whole neighborhoods of tiny homes.
Or they're
I
buying
heard it called
sheds.
America Favelas, but they're a little nice. Yeah, so I mean, if they did that here, I would fucking look into buying one. I don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
that much space. Not
Yeah.
now.
That, or they go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get a shed and
Yeah.
turn it.
Thought about
into
doing
a
that
home.
with this, but
I almost did that. My parents had one in their backyard and they aren't using. That's actually where I store all my shop stuff. Cause thanks, mom and dad.
Don't tell people that.
Why?
Somebody might be trying to hit a lick. Who knows?
No one knows where I live. But moral of the story is when when you have someone like I'm extremely grateful for my parents because they don't use it, so it's just empty. So I don't have to have the cost every month of a storage building. I can use that. And then my minivan that I'm driving right now until I fix the Chevelle is the shop van that I got really cheap just as a cash car, so I didn't have to rent a U-Haul every time.
I like your van, by the way. It's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Vans are pretty cool.
I go from a muscle car to a mom car.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Exactly.
So,
Point A to point B.
what is a day like? So, Friday, the 6th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a national holiday, the 6th, by the way. What does the day look like for you in preparation for setting up at
Preparation.
Two Docs?
Every Thursday at my my normal income job, I do an overnight shift. So I go in at 8, I get off at 8. So then I sleep Friday morning, but Thursday during the day, I load the car up, like the van up, so I don't have to worry about it the day of. And then I get there and I figure out where my spot is. I have all the clothes in bags and I leave them on the hangers because it's more time efficient than having to put them on hangers each time. And then that's where it comes into play of figuring out how you want to lay your spot out. So depending on, I think I'm at A2 on Friday, so I'm going to have to do the L shape like I did last time because it's such a confined space. But if I was at a bigger spot, I would definitely do have an alleyway in the center. But then I just kind of just set up.
So where Izzy usually sets up, is that a pretty desired spot?
Yeah.
That's
right
a
good spot. Yeah.
Those are like the first people to get one.
Yeah. It depends on how quick you get the spot. So again, it's like first come, first served.
Has somebody ever stole from you?
Yes. It was this little kid. I felt kind of bad. He had to have been either a freshman or like in 8th grade. He had already bought something for me. And then he was like, hold on, there was a shirt in there that I like really liked and I think I'm going to buy it again. And his friends were digging with him. And I saw him put it in the bag. And I was just kind of like, okay, dude. But then like his other friends came and bought stuff. So I was like, obviously I should say something. So I kind of, I was like, did you put that shirt in there? And he's like, no, I didn't. And I was like, just go put it back in the bin.
Oh.
It's okay. Just go put it back in the bin. It's fine. And he did. And he was like, sorry. And I was like, maybe if you would have asked, I probably would have just given it to you. But like, you didn't have to do me like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was that weird?
It was very weird. I felt so bad.
Fuck him. No, just.
But no, at the end of the day, there has to be some sort of stability missing. So like,
you can't let that slide.
You have to.
Holy shit.
Granted, it was only in the $5 bin, but still, it's the moral of it, I guess.
Damn, good eye.
Yeah, I was like, what is he doing? It kind of took me a second. I was like, he didn't just put that in that bag, did he? And I asked my dad, and he's like, no, he definitely did. Like, great.
I don't know how I would have handled that situation. That's funny.
Yeah.
Good thing you found it.
Yeah.
He would have been hitting licks on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm a reformed kleptomaniac. That's why I was asking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying this so you guys listening can be more vigilant, but it's pretty easy to oh, she's paying attention over there.
Yeah. Ooh, grab. Yeah. Especially at
off.
events like that, when you could have so many people at your booth, it's really hard to pay attention sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I had one time this girl's Venmo payment didn't go through. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. But I had her Venmo. So I was able to message her and she was like, I'm sorry. And she paid me. It wasn't a big deal. But if I didn't have her Venmo, I would have been out on money.
Do you accept all forms of payment?
I do.
Credit card?
Credit card, Cash App, Venmo. I don't do PayPal or Zelle though. Those can be kind of sketchy sometimes.
Why?
So it can be hooked to their bank account, but they could also cancel it. So you could never see the money.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Venmo's secured and Cash App is secured. And I got a little card reader.
Huh, I didn't know that. What'd you say it was, Zelle?
Yeah, PayPal and Zelle. I mean, PayPal's secured, but you can still cancel a payment. Yeah.
That's good to know because I did not know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
People are shiesty, man.
So it's one of those things, as soon as you get it, you have to take it out instead of waiting to the end of the night where Venmo takes all of it and puts it in your Venmo account and they can't cancel it from there. Same with Cash App. With PayPal and Zelle, you almost have to immediately take it.
Are you doing all your accounting of the money?
Yeah, it's all me.
Is it stressful?
A little bit sometimes. Yeah.
Just because it's from all different types of revenues.
Yeah. And then, with cash, a lot of times I won't use my cash or anything. I'll save it for estate sales or the pound store even, and use cash for a majority of things.
What's the most you spend at the pound store?
I think like $50.
So what's the price like? Is it
The shirts are weighed at a dollar, not even $1. It's like cents. And
so it's a lot. When
I got a lot of stuff. But I bought like this really big blue trunk that I got for the shop. So I put all the slip dresses and lingerie and stuff in it for the $5 bins, just so it's more aesthetically pleasing. So that's probably what cost the most because it weighed the most.
Do you have any interest in having your own clothing brand?
Maybe. I do have a logo and stuff. I probably wouldn't mind selling merchandise for the shop. But my own clothing brand, I don't think so. I think that defeats my whole purpose of the art.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you do have your own, selling your own merch with your logo, you would do that.
I would do that.
Can you pull it up? I want to see your logo. Weren't you? Didn't you just get this?
I did.
Who did it for you?
The same girl that did Chulo Studios logo.
For some reason, it's not liking that account.
Ooh. The shop account?
Yeah. But your account works.
Did you block me?
No, it was working.
No, why would I do that?
Like your account pulls up just fine, but every time I go to yours, it
doesn't work.
Was that you on New Year's?
Here, wait, go to... No, that was just randomly. If you go back to my account, see if you can hit my account from the bio.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, still didn't work.
That's whatever. What are... being that today's January, what's today, 4th? Mm-hmm. Do you have any New Year's resolutions you're working on?
I do, for myself and the shop.
Well, for yourself right now.
Not drink as much and not...
Hey, you can't be saying that right now.
Don't drink a lot of juice all the time. And I don't want to... I normally go out on the weekends with my girls, but I want to slow down on that and focus on the RV and get that livable. And I want a nice space for my head, not only. So really focus on my mental health so that I can do better on the shop and on school and everything. So...
You're in school too?
I am, yes.
Where at?
South Plains College right now.
What are you going for?
I'm just doing my prereqs right now. I'm kind of in pre-nursing, but I've decided I don't want to do that. I think I want to do business.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're hanging out with the old ladies. You got your Our House of Thrift.
Yeah.
And you're going to school?
And I'm going to school.
In Levelland?
No, I'm at the Lubbock Center this semester. Last semester I was in Levelland. So that kind of kicked my butt a little bit.
Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's fun for a little bit, and then after a while, you're like, fuck this shit.
For real. I was struggling towards the end. I was like, dang, I just shouldn't even show up. But I was like, no, you're so done. You're paying for it. Just go. It's your money.
When do you go back to school?
I think the 17th.
Oh, you got a little bit of time.
Yeah, sometime.
So, man, you're going to be busy as hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, good luck in school.
Thank you.
That's going to be... When does that end? In May, right?
I think so, yeah. And then I'll have summer, and then I'll go back.
When has been your busiest with the store?
Summertime.
Summertime.
Because I was doing Cast Block Party, First Friday Art Trail.
Forgot about those.
When Next Generation Vintage was here, we were doing pop-ups with them once a month. So at max, I had about 4 pop-ups a month.
They're not here no more?
No, he closed his shop, and I think he's moving to... I don't know. I think it's on their Instagram.
Wait, who's this?
Next Generation
Vintage.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're...
That was a nice shop.
It was super big area in the back for us to set up. It was super dope.
I guess they're going to have to take off the 806.
Yeah. Let me see. It says... Oh, it's just their last pop-up that they were... Yeah.
That's where I got my permanent jewelry.
Oh, yeah. It's super dope. Yeah. Because they would set up at the art trail, too.
So is this no news, or am I going to have to cut this part out?
No, this is no news.
Oh, okay.
We were supposed to do a pop-up, I think, and they kind of told us, hey, we're closing shop. And he had... I'm blanking on his name, but he had, he'd kind of posted that he has a bigger business opportunity in vintage that's not in Lubbock, I don't think. So he closed down the store.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I told Izzy and Nate we should like rent out the place and do our own pop-ups and stuff. Like that'd be super dope. Because if you think about it, if you get together enough of us, it would be cheap enough to do. If you get enough of us a month.
Y'all could all fit in there.
100%, we could each have our own corners. It'd be dope.
Were they about it?
Kind of, but at the same time, we probably wouldn't make as much money as if we're doing the pop-ups. I think we make more money on the art show than we do.
Yeah, it's kind of a sweet setup. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about rent or anything.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
It is. Taxes, LLCs, DBAs, like, yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot to go into play behind the scenes for sure.
Yeah, so what are so mostly your expenses are like just buying the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the gas.
Inventory, and I guess the gas, yeah.
Pretty good idea. I mean, pretty good setup right there, huh?
Yeah.
What are your resolutions with your business?
I want to get more inventory and better inventory. I feel like I can branch out and leave Lubbock a couple times, like on the weekend if I don't work, and go thrift somewhere else and bring inventory here from there.
Is that what you mean by better? Just different places?
Yeah.
Where nobody really knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you mean by better? Like just $150 tees?
Yeah, I want to get some more
like
$150 tees, but I also want to keep it. My other thing is I have no reason or gain. Well, I guess I have a little bit of gain by charging so much for these t-shirts, but I was in their shoes at one point. So like, I know I can't be like, each shirt's $50. Like, no, I have some $15 tees on the rack, things like that. I'm pretty reasonable, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but I know this piece is worth that much. So I'm going to put it for that much.
Another biased opinion here,
Yes.
just from an outsider. As a buyer, would say I appreciate the lower prices.
Yeah.
Because when you just looking at everything's expensive, your personal opinion, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's like I'm never gonna buy anything from that shop anymore because it's expensive. Like, and I get it. The economy's not great right now, so obviously we need to make money. But then again, it's like, is it worth losing all these customers and all the growth you've made by meeting these people by making everything so expensive? I don't think so. Like, yeah.
Well, our House of Thrift, Dakota.
Yes.
Really appreciate you coming on this and giving us a little insight into your young little mind.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this conversation. Where can they follow you? Where can they see you in the near future? This will be out after First Friday, but
okay, yeah. So my Instagram is Our House of Thrift, but OUR, like R as a collective, and then my main account's on there too. So like if for some reason you can't get to my shop account, get to my main account, you can message me about anything on the shop. And then I'm mostly local, but I'm working on branching out. So be in the looks for growing.
Are you on TikTok or any of that stuff?
No, I mean, occasionally my main account TikTok, I post like random thrift hauls, but I haven't gotten such like a big growth on them. So I've kind of just like not really posted them, mostly Instagram.
Any message out there for the youth? Even though you are one, can you give us a message for the youth?
I think if you find something that makes you happy, you should do it no matter what. And just do it because closed mouths don't get fed. So just do it.
There you go. Play the game.
Play the game.
Bradley, you got anything else?
As always, follow me at Bradley Noel Garcia and Lords of Film. Jen made me an official co-host, so go follow Lords of Film.
Yeah, you guys have been active on that motherfucker.
Yeah, today we gained 50 new followers.
Hell yeah.
So go follow the page Lords of Film, and we got a lot of great reviews coming up this year. So keep a lookout for that.
Good.
There you go, people. One love. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you.